Hey, hello and welcome. So, who am I and why should you listen to what I do and what I say? Now, that's a really good question. During this interview series in the podcast, I was actually told by one of the wonderful ladies, Stephanie Smart, that I needed to tell you all who and what I am. So, let's go. I was born in Newcastle in New South Wales. I lived in the Gold Coast for most of my primary school years, a beautiful surfers paradise, and went to school there in a Catholic school. Then we relocated to Cooktown when I was 10 years old. So you can imagine going from the high life of the city to the dusty outback, no bitumen roads, no shops, in Cooktown, where we had planned to live as a family for 6 months. Long story short, 25 years later, I finally left Cooktown. I married a local and had 2 amazing, beautiful children and did a lot of bookkeeping as well as having a part-time job and family daycare as my children were growing. I've always had an interest in energy. I loved the fact that you can heal yourself with energy. So I became a Reiki master in 1990 something or other, that's a long time ago, and did my full masters in that because of the power and the interest I had in energy. I've always had an interest in crystals and aromatherapy and actually just becoming a better version of myself. So all that being said, divorced in 2000 and something or other, anyway, who's counting, moved to Cairns with my 2 gorgeous children, put them into private education here, high school, and started a mortgage brokerage and real estate business with my partner at the time. Started using social media in 2005 and realized very quickly as a rookie that this was a powerful medium that as a self-employed person, could use to attract clients to the business. We generated over $500,000 in 10 months, and the perceived image that we had created was that we were a massive franchise company that had come to Cairns and that we were everywhere, and everywhere meant that we were on multiple channels. In saying that, we were only using Facebook and YouTube. We were one of the first real estate agents to upload very bad video to realestate.com as an external link to showcase our videos and the properties that we were selling. I was writing a blog, so I had a blog content. So we weren't doing a lot, but we were doing more than what our competition was doing. In 2009, 2010, separated from that partner and sold my mortgage brokerage business, and moved on to life coaching and business coaching. So again, trying to be the best person that I possibly could be for myself and my clients. Unbeknown to me, little did I know that deep, dark secrets that were lying in amongst my subconscious brain. There were memories that I untapped during the life coaching time when I was studying life coaching and actually having a life coach of my own. There's a couple of amazing things that happened as I was growing as a person. The first one was that my relationship of 8 years was starting to fall apart, which is really interesting when I look back on that now. But I also remembered or recalled a horrific event when I was 16 years old, where I was raped by a number of men, and one in particular was an ex-boyfriend that I had at 16 who had travelled all the way from Mariba, which is 360 kilometres south of Cooktown, on his motorbike to take my virginity from me. You know, that was his entire obviously intention. So that was unveiled, which was really, really interesting because my daughter was actually turning 16 at this time, and I think that also triggered the fact that her being of the same age, going back to Cooktown where the event occurred and spending time with her father and some of the other perpetrators were actually still living there as well, that this created this discovery or memory that had been buried deep in the amygdala. So from that event, needless to say that the relationship, well, not from that event, the relationship then broke down on the 4th of March 2010. I don't know why I remember that, but it was 2 days before my daughter turned 16. And that was not a very nice separation. We're not going to go into that, but one of the podcasts here, if you are divorced, is Dr. Shaseen Mobley, so check her out if you're going through this stuff. So I went on to do life coaching, and then I wrote my book, Angels in Hell, which was co-written with Ruby Johnson in 2011, launched 2012, and then I started business coaching, personal trainers all over Australia. So I did this for 5 years, helping them, work out their business strategy, their marketing, their social media marketing, to generate income from social media, because I knew it so well. So that brings me up to 2011. I also did my certificate in training and assessing, because I thought that might assist me in developing more structure around my workshops. And then I started training certificate 2 in business, retail and hospitality. So whilst I did that for 5 years, I also have my social media specialist business where I consulted to business owners for a number of years and did their social media marketing. So in 2016, with one of the RTOs that I was working with, I approached them to do what we call an auspice agreement, as there was a massive need in the marketplace for social media managers, but in particular ones that actually knew what they were doing, not people that just woke up one morning and decided that they'd be a social media manager. So I created a certificate 3 in business contextualized around social media managers, and we started delivering that in 2016. So now 2019, we're in our 3rd year. It's still going extremely well with great success with social media managers all over Cairns, actually doing wonderful work. Along with that, I started the Social Media Mate membership site, which is a online training portal where I download all my stuff in my brain for the past 14 years of social media marketing, and share that with the members in the group. Now that was set up because there's a massive need in the marketplace for affordable social media training for business owners, because people out there in business, especially solo entrepreneurs, don't have the cash flow to go and learn social media marketing at the prices some people are charging. So that's something else. And then I decided that I would start this wonderful podcast. I was doing live shows on Facebook, and then I realized that the podcast space is really quite untapped, and it's still very popular. So in my wisdom, I thought I would start this podcast, which is about so far women in business sharing their story, their journey, and what makes them get up in the morning, which is really cool. And I'm hoping that this podcast series will allow you to listen and get that support and confidence that you may be looking for, or maybe just a good listen to help you or give you ideas. So that's it from the business side. I mentioned that I have 2 amazing children. I have an amazing partner again, that we're nearly hitting our 5-year anniversary, and I have the most beautiful granddaughter and step granddaughter and 2 step children that are 10 and 8. So that's a little bit about me. And why you should listen to me, I suppose. I'm just an average girl wanting to change lives, inspire people, share my knowledge and experience, and share others' knowledge and experience with you all, so that you know that we're all not in this journey alone. We're all here together. And if I can be of any assistance, check out my website, socialmediaspecialist.com.au, or share this podcast. Thanks for watching. That's all there is about me. Bye for now.